Good morning, YouTube. In this video, I'm going to quickly talk about the differences between real AirPods and fake AirPods. These that cost less than $50 and these AirPods which cost almost $200. Let's find out. Let's start first by talking about a few of the physical differences. A7 Air Plus, which is what these guys on the right are called. The charging case, as you can see, is noticeably bigger than the AirPods charging case. It looks exactly the same. The front has this little edge to open. The back, you can see, has silver or chrome here where the metal for the hinge shows. On the Apple, it says designed by Apple in California, assembled in China. The Air Plus doesn't have anything written. There's also a button on the case of the AirPods. No button here. Both have lightning charging ports. When you open it, you notice a couple of differences. One is the quality of the hinge. The hinge on these AirPods feels perfectly made, almost perfectly balanced, very, very nicely put together. This, on the other hand, has a more normal feeling hinge. It still snaps shut, but it feels a bit looser. Does not have that satisfying click that the original AirPods do. You'll notice that the Air Plus also has an LED indicator that's visible from the outside. This is actually nice because when it's charging, you can see when it's done charging. The AirPods case does not have any LEDs that show up on the outside, but when you open it, there's an LED in the middle between the two AirPods that tells you whether it needs to be charged or not. These A7 Air Plus earbuds also have LEDs in the actual earbuds, but the AirPods do not. Now let's look at the actual earbuds and compare them. Right away you can see some sensors that are visible on the AirPods that are not visible on the Air Plus. So the AirPods have sensors to tell it when it's in your ear. It can detect when it's in your ear and out of your ear. So this way when you pull it out of your ear, it can pause the music. A7 Air Plus has no such in-ear detection, so you have to use the touch controls on the earbud to pause the music. It doesn't do it automatically. While they have copied the shape of the AirPods quite well, the size, again, is slightly bigger. The bottoms look the same. And then if we look at the charging case again, you can see that there are two charging pins right at the bottom. Same thing for the A7 Plus. Okay, now let's talk about using them and what I found. Fit is the same for both. Both of them completely stayed in my ears fine during workouts and fast movements. I had no issues there. Sound quality of the AirPods is better. I can tell. Not a lot better, a little bit better, but enough that there's a difference. I didn't expect I would notice a difference in the sound quality. The AirPods actually do sound better. And not that they sound that great. There's other earbuds that sound way better. But the AirPods do sound better. Battery life, I think, is the biggest difference between these two guys. The A7 Air Plus only gives you about 90 minutes or so of listening time before you have to put it back in the charging case. The AirPods, I haven't taken it down to 0, but the battery life is really good. It feels like it's probably triple the battery life of the A7 Air Plus. It's also much more convenient to charge because when you charge it, well, it goes either way. The A7 charging case has this LED, which is a bit of added convenience, but the AirPods with the W1 chip send more information to the phone. So the phone can tell you right down to the percentage exactly how much percent is left on the AirPods. It's, I think, a more accurate reading. And it also tells you the battery level of the case on. So overall, do I think it's worth it to spend $200 on real AirPods versus $50 on clones? Well, it could go either way. If that type of money doesn't matter to you, get the AirPods. They are better. But that's still a considerable amount of money for a lot of people. So I think it's totally reasonable to spend a quarter. You don't get as much, but you get a lot. So I think it's fine either way. If you can afford it, get the better ones. But if you want to save the money and try some clones, try some clones. They're really, really good now. There's no problems with them. They, for the money, the value is so good. So anyway, those are my quick thoughts on AirPods versus fake AirPods. Thank you for watching.